morning everyone, May 2025. I'm down in Bucksburn, a bit of an impromptu video. The good thing is that as a teenager I was kind of brought up in Bucksburn, so I know my way about and I've got some pretty good memories of the place. So I thought, well, why not have a little drive about here and let's see, since it's a beautiful sunny day. So let's go and see where we end up. Well, there's a limousine just pulled out in front of us. So coming up on the left, Craighar Hotel. It's never really changed much since we were kids and teenagers and, you know, when we first started going to pubs and clubs, etc. On the right, you have the bowling club. And then after the bowling club, you have the Scout Hut. No, it's a Scout Hut first. We just passed the Scout Hut. And then New Hills Bowling Club. And then Craighar on the left, which looks really busy. Yeah, car park's full. And it's, what day is this? Wednesday morning. Yeah, car park's full. Fair play. We know hotels are struggling. It's tucked out the way a little bit, but yeah, nice place. Left or right? Let's go. In fact, let's go straight on. So we're going to go straight on up Bankhead. The park on the left. There's allotments there, then there's a park. And for those who know the park, there's a tunnel that you had your initiation when you were a teenager. And the tunnel was called the Diveler. And you went through the Diveler and you came out the other side beside the mill. And if you could do that, then you were apparently one of the boys. On the right, coming up, a little corner shop. It's been there forever. And the Bankhead Inn. Now, as you know, I still do play with the band Fubar. Well, out you come money. And we used to have many a good night in there. That was a real live music venue. Sadly gone. I mean, the pub's still open, but, you know, no live music. Sign of the times. On the right was where Bankhead Academy was, so let's see if we can get up here. I think the car park's still there. The academy's long gone, but yeah. And as a kid, you were told, a teenager, no circumstances do you go through the Bankhead Academy car park. But car park's still here, still in its same guise. And the steps are there. And when you went up the steps, that took you to the maths block. Who were the teachers in Bankhead? Mrs. Craw, Eleftherio, not so nice. There was always Mr. Lennox, who was Annie Lennox's uncle. Who was the really cool French teacher? Miss Vizoki. Miss or Mrs? Not sure. Miss Vizoki, I think. She was super cool. Who else? Oh, guidance teacher. Good Lord, Clifford. Oh, it wasn't Ward, he was music. What was his name? Anybody remembers, post it in the comments. In fact, any memories of Bankhead Academy, post in the comments. On the left there, that used to be a post office. And on the right, it's a residential house now. It used to be just a corner shop again. On the right up here, it's now Bankhead Avenue Chinese Carryout. But for those that remember it well, it was Stan's Fish and Chip Shop. It was always Stan's Chippy. You went down there during the break, you went down there lunchtime. It was good. Stan was always very friendly with everyone. On the right, it's now called Storywood School, but that's the old Bankhead Academy, which is kind of sad it's gone. Really good memories there. Really good. So we'll come up the hill. Will we go down here? Let's go down here. Bucksburn Depot, household waste recycling. That's all industrial units up ahead. They were always there. Bucksburn Roads Depot. Come around here. There's the recycling. Still as busy as ever. We're not going to go down the bottom of the hill there. Yep, there's the recycling centre. Nothing behind us, so we can turn. Bit of a pothole. Shop. What's it called? Link Fleet Business Centre. I never even knew that. Never heard of it before. Link Fleet. And nice to see they've kept a gate there. School's long gone. That was French and everything up that direction when it was Bankhead Academy. Stonywood School pupil entrance. Right, let's go this way. So we'll go left in here. This is Green. Is it Greenburn? Sure, it's Greenburn. Greenburn Drive. Now at the end here, a few shops. If I start in chronological order as I remember them, there was a little shop, and it was called Vi's, and that was a lady's name, and it was just a little sweet shop. That was Vi. And then for many years after Vi's, it turned into Crofters. And they did sandwiches and everything. They were really good Crofters, really good macaroni and chips. And now it's a post office, and what else is it? A post office, and what do they call now? A happy shopper. Ah, you're just going to pull out in front of me. Okay, fine. Yeah, no indicators, just you obviously have right away. Yeah, carry on. Might have to wait here a couple of minutes. But yeah, that was Crofters, and now it's a family shopper. But it's nice to see a post office back in Bucksburn, because there was long enough we didn't have one after the one down at the middle of the village shut down. So we'll come along this way. Just passing the Travel Lodge. I have to say, when it first opened, it was really nice. Now it's kind of overgrown and just a bit, even when you go round to the hotel itself, it's just a little bit run down looking. There's the old Bucksburn Manor. That was a carvery. I used to love going in there. It was so cheap. Food was really tasty. What killed it? Who knows? Maybe Dice Farm opening. Dice Farm, which is also fab. I mean, look, this is us in the Travel Lodge now. Look at the car park. Wow. Is it still open? Is the Travel Lodge actually open? I don't know. I know I said it was run down, but holy moly. Is it open? There's 2 cars. Well, for the sake of it, we'll say it's still open, but you can see it looks just a little bit run down. Just a tiny bit. Oh yeah, there's windows open in it. Definitely still open. A couple of windows and lights still open, so go up this way. There's Debbie. So that was Bucksburn Manor there. There were signs, what year is this? There were signs in 2024 that it was going to turn into a Turkish eatery, but no signs of it. McDonald's, been there for years now. Does quite well. Staff are always really polite. And then come down here. And you've got the new-ish Lidl's. Again, always really busy. We'll go in and turn here. So we'll just get around the Lidl's car park. Yeah, hello. McDonald's. Arabica beans, fresh organic milk, $1.39. My partner Valda, here's a thing for you while I'm going around the car park. She's vegan, and believe it or not, McDonald's do not do a milk substitute. So you can't get oat milk, soy milk, anything like that from McDonald's, which is very strange, I thought. Down the bottom there, there's an in-post collection box. Get your parcels delivered and send them there. Handy. And there's Lidl's. Where are we going to go now? Let's go down into Bucksburn itself, just have a quick look. He's indicating, that's fine. Da-da-da, a little speed bump. Boink. Nice to see people not throwing all their rubbish out. There used to be days where you come down here, there was just McDonald's papers everywhere, but yeah, nice to see people taking pride of it. Grew up here in the 80s mostly, late 70s, early 80s. Mum and Dad moved in 77, 78, something like that. Stayed in the same house till they both sadly died. But no, had good memories here. Not quite sure what we'll see down here. Whoop-a-doo-doo. Excuse me. I seem to have caught the lurgy this week. It's not great. Coughing and, as they say in Scotland, coughing and spluttering. There's been plenty of that. I'll come down here, round the roundabout. And on the right, coming up, is the Bucksburn police station. I don't believe it's used as much as it used to be since the new one opened down at Kitty Brewster Way. But still a very active police station. You pass here a lot of the time and there's plenty of cars and things outside. There's the old Bucksburn Primary School, or actually there's not. Surprised they got to knock that down, because the nursery bit at the bottom was a beautiful, and everybody thought listed building, but apparently it wasn't. They steamrolled it and they've done nothing with the ground yet, I'm afraid. Let's go in this way. Total Endurance. Now here's where the TSB Bank used to be, and that was that a Bank of Scotland? Somebody keep me right. Oh, somebody's annoying somebody up there. So that's a Budgeons now. That was the old TSB. The staging post, great. Now even the church technically isn't a church anymore. There's a car behind me, I better speed up. The church is now Tabernacle of God and a food bank. Britannia Hotel on the left. Mum and Dad both worked in there for a little while. Mum was doing rooms and things like that, and Dad was the caretaker. Used to be the Moat House, and then it was a Holiday Inn, and now it's Britannia. And again, it's another one of these places. It just seems it's a little bit run down. You know, big signs, rooms for £49. It did go on fire a few years ago. They lost the bar at the time. They lost, I believe, the swimming pool as well. Somebody could put me right on that. But you know, great big hotel, and here's us in the car park, and yeah, car park's pretty empty, which is sad. Sad, sad, sad. But we'll go in and come out again. So, I haven't been in it for years, so I'm not going to say if it's run down or not. All I'm saying is Britannia's reputation sometimes isn't the best. And, you know, yeah, I'm sure it could be fine. Let's go this way. There's a church across the road. That is one beautiful church. It's gorgeous. St Macher's Scottish Episcopal Church. Let's go up Gilbert Road. Gilbert Road, lots and lots of nice houses up here. Sort of very old-fashioned houses, and the doctor's surgery at the end. So nothing really to see, but we'll come up for a look. Just because it's a really, I like it. It's a really nice street. Some of that houses on the right are just lovely. This is a dead end, if I remember rightly. So, no, we can get out onto the dual carriageway. So we'll go back again. I thought it was a dead end. There you go. And that was the doctor's surgery on the left there. Taking us out back at the police station. Where are we going to go now? Will we do Muggy Moss? Yeah, let's go down Muggy Moss. Could be quite a long video this, because it's a nice wee drive. Speed camera there. Ooh. As they say, don't speed, you won't get caught. Muggy Moss has changed. It's nothing like what it was when we were growing up. Oh, on the right, we might come back to that. There's a butcher's, Ochmill Hall, etc. But the Ochmill Hall building is the one for me. That was Derek's DIY. Now, for those that remember Bucksburn DIY, Derek's DIY was a guy called Derek Don, who I saw not recently. He's still got his own joinery business. So if you need any wood fixing and joinery stuff, give Derek a shout. But I was a paper boy there, and there was a kind of ranking and a hierarchy in a paper boy. And when you reached the top paper boy, you were given the I can't go down here, or can I? Can I go down here? No. Oh, okay, I'm gonna have to go and turn. as a hierarchy as a paperboy, once you reach the top, or senior paperboy if you like, you were given the job where you could have the morning, evening or both, where you just took a bag of papers and went down to Stonywood Mill and sold them. Now the good thing was, when you were in the morning, you were always given like a bacon roll and a cup of tea. You were just a paper boy, but they looked after you and gave you that. And you also got tips, which no other paper boy did. So, you know, people would buy that paper, or keep the change, or, you know, every week they would give you 50p or £1 if you kept something for them. So that was kind of nice. And I reached the magical status of top paper boy from Derek, and I had that. And one of the best jobs I had when I was a kid. Always worked. I actually ended up working the Britannia there when it was the Moat House. I actually ended up having a Saturday and Sunday job there, just stocking the bar from the cellars. And that was good. Right, we're back here. I'm only back to turn because I couldn't get down Muggy Moss from this way. So it's a bit long-winded, this one. But hey, you get to see along that road. Dum 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 dum. Oh, let's go back. Ugh, there's that pothole again. I didn't learn first time. Ugh. Yep. So that across, I remember that one across the road there. It was a post office. There's the old church now, Aurora Vets. Apparently a very good vet. It's just a glorious day. What's it say? It's 11:37 in the morning in May, and it's 16.5 degrees. Crazy. So I used to finish school, walk along this road, back down to Bucksburn DIY, see Derek, get a bag of papers, and then go down the mill. Used to just sit there, sell papers. Everyone was happy. Once you sold all the papers, or it was time to come home. That was it. Can I go? Yeah, let's go this way. So let's go down Muggy Moss. I'm assuming I can you still go this way? Oh, come alive. Is this a bus? No, you can't even go down that road anymore. Whoa, okay, right. Plan B. I'm just going to swing round. Sorry about this, guys. I didn't realise you couldn't get down actual Muggy Moss. Right, nothing behind me. Dum-de-dum, am I going to make this in one go? Ooh, I might. A little bump. There we go, made it. I thought I could have come back and went down there. On the right, not that it'll mean anything to anybody, number 3 was one of my best friends at school. That was Tony Grattan and his brother Forbes. Lovely people, still keep in touch with them. The old power of Facebook. Tony's done quite well for himself, I believe, and Forbes is doing just grand. And their dad, Dennis. Can't remember your mum's name, sorry. Now, leading down here, this wasn't a road. The old Bucksburn British Legion, it's long gone. It was kind of tucked in on the right there. And these are just houses that are rattling up. 2 new bed apartments, Riverside Quarter, Part Exchange. It's not, I don't know if this is classed as part of Bucksburn or basically just a whole new village. They're all very copy and paste. My house looks like your house kind of thing. You can see on the left they're going to be building more and more again. It just seems a bit rat run. This is a rat run through the village or whatever they're building. But everybody's houses just look the same. There's 2 ahead already for sale. Zoopla and Aberdeen Considine. Oh, there's another one for sale. Who's that? Anderson Bain. Yep. The world's worst signposted roundabout here. Do-do-do-do. Round we go. Wasn't much of a roundabout, to be fair. Shouldn't laugh, I've got an allergy, sorry. So really we're in the grounds now of where the old Muggy Moss Mill used to be. So that's Muggy Moss Road on the right, that's where I was thinking of coming out. That's just all copy and paste houses. Good Hope Road was where you walk down. Now Good Hope Road was that's not Good Hope Road. Good Hope Road's further up. Anyway, that's better. That's Good Hope Road on the right. Yeah, Good Hope Road takes you over the railway bridge and brings you out where the Auchmill Inn used to be. On the right here, now what's this called? Porterhouse. This is where Grampian Chickens used to be. Used to be a great big factory of Grampian Chickens. And what was my pal that stayed in that house? Ian McRory. Coming along here, there's a Premier shop in there, but yeah, nothing exciting down that way. Oh, what's here? Self-storage, the big yellow self-storage. And on the left coming up is one of these sort of men's clubs things, which I've not been down to, but I believe is really, really nice. Just a little place for guys to hang out, and there's it there. Does it have a name? Can't see it. A little bit more concentrating on driving. The Hub, there we go, there's a big sign there. I'm assuming that's the name of it, the Hub. What do we have here? Realm. These on the left are a shambles. These were all mobile homes that people rented and lived in happily, and now every one of them, just looking at it, is ruined and probably set on fire and whatnot. The old graveyard on the right. Was that the Grove Cemetery? Is that what that was called? And on the left, we're kind of out of Bucksburn now, but I'm just taking a detour. On the left, Pursley Walled Gardens, one of Aberdeen's best secrets. If you want to just hang out there and have a little walk around it, it is beautiful. Hutch and Low on the left, Mike's Famous Chipper. So we're a little bit out of Bucksburn, so I'll double back there. Little detour, folks, sorry. That's what they get for all that new roads down in Bankhead. Oh, me, it's warm today. Woohoo! So here's a question for everybody that's watching this. Where does Bucksburn start? Now that's a good point, because I wouldn't say this is Bucksburn past here. This is still, to me, Logian Manor. Let's go around here. Yeah, this is definitely still Logian Manor. So from the next set of traffic lights, is that Bucksburn? Probably. Quite possibly. Sorry for the scenic view. Stuck behind an MPS housing. Never heard of them. What have we got on the right? Indigo Sun, Pizza Hut Delivery, Salvation Army Donation Centre, Majestic Wines, a thriving little business park there, and council guy cutting the grass. That was Logie there, or what used to be Logie. If you look at it's not the best quality video because I did it years ago, but if you look at some of my other videos, there was I've done two where I'm driving about Logie just before it got demolished. Sad. So are we in Bucksburn now? Is this Bucksburn? Once you're past that road at the bottom of Logie, I would think so. This has to be Bucksburn, doesn't it? Yeah, that's my take. Agree with me? Disagree with me? Who knows? Ba-dum-bum-bum. Nice just to have a drive around though. Snowy's house. Hello, Snowy. Snowy was, or is, a musician in Aberdeen, has been for probably 50 years. Great musician, lovely fella. Yeah, gigged thousands of gigs. So he lives over that way. Up on the left here, that used to be, can't remember the name of it, but it used to sell trucks and fix trucks and sell truck spares, etc. So I remember that. On the right, I remember, now somebody put me right here and see if I'm not hallucinating. I remember there was a wooden mill and a garage that sold cars. I definitely remember, I'm sure there was a wooden mill and a little garage that sold and fixed cars. Help me out there. I'm not going mad, am I? Auchmill Road, nice and quiet. Just now anyway. Coming up to where the Auchmill Inn used to be. Fubar and many other bands played in there. So just where that, just on this corner here, that was the Auchmill Inn. Great bar. Little corner shop here, long closed. Stotts, I believe that was. This one here, Milano's Pizza, that was Stan and Joy's. Sold a bit of everything, off licence, etc. That was Derek's DIY, Butcher and the Chemist. Now, also up there, where the new Auchmill Hall is, that used to be a snooker hall. Had about a dozen tables in it, and I remember that. So that was still there mid to late 80s. It was a snooker hall owned by Stan and Joy, I believe, but maybe not, because Stan was there. Yeah. And I actually, when we played and hung out in the Auchmill Inn, here's a bit of a morbid story. Not morbid, it's nice to be remembered. I hung out with Bruce, and Bruce was Stan's son, and he sadly died in Piper Alpha, which was a real shame. Absolute gent of a guy, so still miss him to this day. Come in here, this is where the Bucksburn Library used to be. Will we have a look in because there's a war memorial? Yeah, let's have a look in. Just a quick turn. On the right, that was Bucksburn Library, and in the trees there's actually still a sign that they've not moved that says Bucksburn Library. And there's the memorial. So I should never get... To the glory of God and remembrance of the men of New Hills Parish who paid the supreme sacrifice in the Great War, 1914 to 1919. So, yeah. Nice to remember these people, because we wouldn't be here today doing what we're doing without them. Men and women. Where are we going? Where are we going? Let's go. Let's come up here. Will we go up King's Walk? Okay, let's go up King's Walk. And then we'll head up towards Helix Way, I think. Let's come up this way. King's Walk. Yeah, some well-kept cut gardens up here. And we'll go up House View. House View is exactly what it says it is. You get a nice view of the house. H-O-W-E-S. Yeah, I still stand by Bucksburn's a lovely place to stay. It's great. Coming up House View. Now, I remember pals of mine, him and his brother and his sister stayed up here, and that was Neil Davidson, and I believe he stayed at number 40 with Billy Haddon, whose nickname was Beep. He stayed across the back. Coming up House View, looks over, on the left it looks over to Auchmill Golf Course and the house and the long closed house road. This is nice. That was Neil's house on the right. Was it number 40? It was number 40. How I remember that, I have no idea. So we're going to come up here, take a left. Oh, there's a horse. You don't see that every day around here. Hello, horse. Well, there you go. Bucksburn, still living in the country. Excuse me. On the left, Cruikshank Park. As a kid, spent hours and hours and hours in there. Just so long. They used to have a big fort, but they took it away for health and safety. Well, there's evidence the horse has been here. Poop all over the road. Oh, they don't even have swings in them. Well, not the swings where they used to be. House up here. Another pal of mine, Sean Jessman. And another one who's sadly gone, I'm afraid. Sean was a Topera guy, but sadly passed away. He had illnesses and complications. So let's come down here. Here's the thing you might not know. So there's University Court, there's Marshall Gardens, Cruikshank Crescent, and I always wondered why University Court was called University Court. Well, it turns out when they were building these houses in the 50s, they named them after university in Aberdeen. So University Court, then there's Marshall Gardens, and there's etc. So if you go down to the university, there's the Marshall building, and then there's a Cruikshank building for Cruikshank Crescent. So that's why these all get their names, because it's named after the university and buildings in the university in here. It's not that there ever was a university here. Well, hello. Do you want to not walk in the road? Yeah, you're okay, it's fine. So we're in, where are we now? Marshall Gardens. A lot of houses, the council houses, which I suppose are few and far between now, they're all getting new roofs. So if you see the guys working here or any house with a new roof, yeah, that's what it is. It's not a problem with the roofs, just the council are replacing them for some reason. Let's go right. Let's go round what we called the Helix, or the Wimpeys. Presumably because Wimpey built them, and when they have been built, 70s? Late 60s, 70s? Oh, pass. Little row of shops up here, still on the go. They've been on the go for years. They've always been a kind of local corner shop there. There's one empty, that was always a hairdresser's. Mum used to get her haircut there. Pitdoorie Walk. We'll just have a look round. The Wimpeys, or the Helix, which is a scheme on the left, if you look at them from above, they're all in very precise rows. And the rows go family house, and then a row of one-bedroom pensioners' cottage. So it's a row of family houses, row of pensioners' cottage, row of family houses, row of pensioners' cottages. That's an interesting snippet. So let's go around here. New Hills Avenue. There's a New Hills Church up the top. And we'll come around here. As a kid, the farm road. Farmer used to give us permission. We all had motorbikes when we were sort of 13, 14. And the farmer used to give us permission to run up and down his track on a Sunday, which was very nice of him. That was good. New Hills 17 bus. Hello. Give me a wave. Nice guy. There's nothing much to tell you here. There used to be, what was it called? Brimming School? Was it Helix? Helix Brimming School? Can't remember. But they've built a new school several years ago. Nice new school. Here's a sad thing now. Up ahead is all what we would say was greenbelt and lovely, and it's always been farm owned and sheep and everything. Sort of between here and the house, if anybody knows it, just on the right hand side. But all this on the right hand side has recently been given planning permission for hundreds, if not thousands of houses. It's going to ruin it. It's a beautiful bit of greenery. It's going to absolutely ruin it. It's a lovely bit here. Just, you know, we know there's a need to build houses, but there's a need to keep greenery. Plenty of sheep in it just now as well, but I guess the council got to do what they got to do. I think it's sad. There's a nice walk here just on the right. If you look, there's a nice walk, and that takes you over to Northfield Way, takes you up to the house, and if you go up and go right, it takes you up to King's Wells, etc. So, beautiful walk, peace and quiet, you know, just nice greenery on a day like this. And all of a sudden it's going to be thousands of houses, and presumably you would hope some schools and shops and things, but you know, eventually we're going to run out of green and somebody's going to go, that wasn't a good idea. Right then, back up to Nether Hills Avenue. That's a bit of a long video this, but hey, rock and roll. At least I know my way about. So please comment below if you've any memories of Bucksburn. I'm sure you do. I'm sure you've got better ones than I do. Certainly one before my time. Mine was sort of mid to late 70s till, I don't know, mid 80s maybe. And then I kind of thought about moving out mid to late 80s. Alright, go down Slatey. I don't care what anybody says, it's not Sklatty. We were always told it was Slatey. Shops are down here. I remember the Mace. Not sure what it is now, but it was always a Mace. We'll go down and come back up. It's a Nisa local now, with Bucksburn, Tandoori, Oasis Barber, pharmacy, bookies and Chinese. I remember there was a butcher there. It was a proper butcher. I'm one of these weird people that like the smell of the butcher. So when Mum used to come over there, I used to come with her, and yeah, the butcher was good. Long gone. Fairly then. I did a little bit of a paper round in there. I believe that's sheltered housing. It's the site of the old school ahead, welcome to Cloverfield Grove. So that used to be a school. Is that sheltered housing as well? Could be. Just up ahead on the right, we've got the 4 Mile pub. Still puts bands on occasionally, so fair play to them. It's never changed. Still looks the same as when I was growing up. So let's go in here. The world famous Davies Chipper. A couple of shops and Davies Chipper. There's Doric Home Improvement, a Scott Mid, and Davies Fish Bar. I think everybody went there. Ooh, hello. Out you go. That's it. So we're coming up to Hopetoun. For some reason, I've no idea why, when we were at school, if you stayed in Hopetoun, you were posh. It was like, where'd you stay? Oh, I stay in New Hills or whatever. Where do you stay? Oh, I stay in Hopetoun. Ooh, you're posh. I never stayed here. We were never posh. But don't know why. It's a nice area, but certainly not posh. Who knows? Oh, it's so warm today. I know, you're going to tell me not to complain. I'm not really complaining, I'm just stating a fact. I can't really open a window because I've got the mic around my neck, and then it'll just ruin the audio. Road ahead closed. Oh, that used to take you up to Forret Bray. Okay, let's go this way. Hopetoun Terrace. Again, a lot of new houses just behind me there. They lead onto the main road. Nice street, this. As long as they don't build houses in front of it. Nice street. Some nice trees in front of it. Oh my god, I spoke too soon, look. Are they building houses there? It's all fenced off and dug up and... Oh, are they actually going to build houses there? Criminal. Excuse me. Down Hopetoun Avenue. I hope you don't mind these videos. I just do them at random and nothing planned, no script. I just talk. Maybe I'm good at talking, maybe I'm not. You can let me know. I have to put on my posh voice, I suppose. Not do, I've like it and down the bottom of this road and turn right. Aye. I mind when I was growing up in Bucksburn. Aye, man. Here's a question I've never ever answered. Bucksburn, when we were growing up, had like a little gang, right? And everywhere, not everywhere, but you would see spray painted here and there, Boxy Amrose, A-M-R-O-S-E. Oh, who's going here? I'll go. Thank you. So it was Boxy Amrose, A-M-R-O-S-E. Where does that come from? Nobody, I've never ever found anybody who could tell me why it was Boxy Amrose. Not a clue. Strange name, Amrose. Nothing to do with rice, that's ambrosia. Kipple Hills Drive. Yeah, that was definitely the old school. Was that Cloverfield School in there? I think it was. Now up on the right here was where one of my best pals used to be. That was Michelle Morrison, otherwise known as Beaker. And Beaker was a sweetheart. I loved her bits. I loved all my pals when we grew up, really. I was really lucky. We had a nice, close friends circle. But Beaker was called Beaker because Beaker from the Muppets, because when she laughed, she used to go me, 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 me. It was quite amusing. But married with about 3-4 kids now, I believe. Doing well. Stays out towards Ellenway, last I heard. So, yeah. We still keep in touch with most of these guys I went to school with, which is nice, considering I'm well, older than I was, let's say that. Right, I think that's us come to the end of it as a little drive around Bucksburn, or not so little. Hope you've enjoyed it. And that's about it, really. So leave any comments, please subscribe, because unless you subscribe you don't see the next one, and it kind of gets lost in the world of YouTube. They do like people subscribing, so please do me a favour, just click the subscribe button, give it a like, give it a share even, makes it even better. And we'll see you in the next video. Bye bye.